interesting guest with us. He's a very inspiring figure. And today's world, a lot of people, including me, we talk about a lot of social evils present in our society, including poverty, hunger bans, lack of education, lack of basic amenities, and of course corruption. But then there is one person who is not only talking about it, but running from pillar to post in order to eradicate these issues from our society. This person is Mr. Abdul Mujeeb Khan. He's a co-founder of Bhumi, which is a center of excellence for grassroots leadership. And he's also serving as the founder president.
For many years of reflection, I started staring at the reality that whatever circumstances are experienced by people in their daily lives, leaders of our country have a huge role to play, a tremendous amount of power to shape those circumstances. And if we have dysfunctional leaders, we'll have dysfunctional country, dysfunctional policies, and dysfunctional lives for many citizens in this country. That led me to creating the organization Bhumi, co-founding it with a few other friends of mine. 6 years hence, we have been able to arrive at a model of leadership development at grassroots we believe is sustainable and replicable. And we're now poised to take this model across the country, wherever there are people who are interested in working in the area of grassroots leadership, and sharing our model with them so that we can have leaders emerge from ground up. If you look at leadership models in this country, you will largely identify three models of leadership. One is leadership of inheritance, where my grandfather, my father have already been leaders in a certain constituency or a certain business, and I inherit that from them. Second kind of leadership is where through sheer hard work I make so much money that I'm able to buy the position of leadership for myself. Third paradigm of leadership is leadership where I'm able to terrorize enough number of people into submission. We are looking at creating a fourth paradigm of leadership where leaders are born by demonstrating on ground through sheer effort that they are capable of creating well-being for the communities they serve. Those are the kind of leaders whom we wanted to groom. One small example that I can talk of is about an erstwhile newspaper vendor who I have worked with for 3 years as a leadership fellow, and the last 3 years especially. And this individual has been able to build a bridge that connects a community of 30,000 people who were otherwise connected to the mainland only by a foot-over bridge, which meant that if this community of 30,000 people had problems such as pregnant women needing to get to the other side in an emergency situation, they still have to walk across the bridge before they get into an ambulance. So this individual took the initiative of mobilizing the entire community to contribute to build a bridge that can take the load of one ambulance going one way and back. And all of this was done for 10,500 rupees. On one hand, we have this is none of my business attitude to citizenship. And on the other hand, we have our anger. How do we reconcile this situation? Without having conversations with every fellow citizen. That's what compelled me to start walking across the country. I've already walked from Kanyakumari to Delhi. I'm going to walk across the country many more times, having many more conversations with many more Indians until there is a dawn in this country where many of our citizens are actively engaged in building communities that are healthy. Not just any healthy community is healthy for anybody, regardless of class, creed, religion, caste, denomination, any of this. My message is very simple. This is a place where some of the finest minds, young minds, have gathered under one roof. A certain tiny percentage of their time is called for to be invested in understanding what it means to be an active and responsible citizen. And there are many communities in the neighborhood of this school that will qualify as poor, underprivileged communities. Can these students start taking small responsibilities in awakening similar sense of responsibility amongst those communities that are qualified as poor or underprivileged or marginalized? This kind of investments from students of this particular school will go a long way in empowering those communities so that the community that we are all staying in becomes a far more vibrant and healthy community.
Thank you everyone for watching us, and this was Abdul Mujeeb Khan. Now, and he has done a lot of hard work for our society. I guess we must thank him a lot. And for today, this is it. And next week we'll be back with some other interesting story. Thank you very much.